Hello everyone, and today we're going to be looking at how to find the rule of a logarithmic function. So the basic rule that we would be trying to find is in the form of f of x is equal to log of base c of b times x minus h. Now, when you're trying to find the rule of a logarithmic function, typically you are given a graph. And from the graph, you can extract the following information. You can figure out your asymptote, which equates to your h value. You can determine your x-intercept, which you would be using to find your b value. And you can find at least one other point on the graph or on the curve that you will then use to substitute in for your x and y to find what your base c would become. So step number 2 would be to determine your h and b. So remember, the equation is your asymptote equation relates directly to your h, so your equation is x is equal to h. So you can determine that from the graph. The x-intercept has the coordinates of 1 over b plus h and 0. So if you know what your h is and you know what the coordinates are, then you can isolate for your b and determine what your b is. And of course, then you would put those into your formula. Oops, let's rewrite that word. Put those into formula. Step number 3 would be to substitute in your point. And then solve for your base for c. So let's take a look at an example. Let's see here. Let's look at this example right here. So we have here the asymptote. So my equation for the asymptote is at x is equal to positive 4. So automatically, I can make a note. Let's make a note up here that my h is equal to positive 4. And now here, this is my intercept. So that's at 5 and 0. So just to make a little note here, because this is my asymptote, my equation for the x coordinate is 1 over b plus h, and it should be equal to 5. Now, my h is positive 4, so I have 4's there, and then 1 over b. So when I bring this over and I isolate for my b, I would find that my b is equal to 1. So b is equal to 1 up here. So now I can start plugging in my values into my formula. So f of x is equal to log base c of b, which is 1. So I'm not going to write that. I'm just going to write x minus 4, which is my h. So now I need to find a point. I'm going to use this point right here, which is 13 and 2, to figure out what my base c is. So now I can substitute in. So f of x is equal to 2 log base c of 13 minus 4. 13 minus 4 would be 9. And when I get to this point here, I need to turn this into an exponential form. So it becomes c squared, because this is your exponent, and then this is your answer. So when I finally take the square root, I can determine that c is equal to 3. So c is equal to 3. So let me write this answer in a different color. And I'm going to just erase this to make some room here. So my final equation is going to look like this. F of x is equal to log base 3 of x minus 4. And that is the rule for this particular function. Thank you for listening, and I will see you guys next time.